G'day. Today we're doing a bit of work on a Jeep Cherokee Laredo 2011 model. It's got the 3-litre V6 in it, and it's in with a leak from the power steering somewhere. Bit hard to see where it was coming from, so I had to take it out for a pressure wash. And it just appears like it's leaking over here at the top there somewhere. And there it is, just there on that top pipe. I don't know if you can see that. And it actually looks like someone's cross-threaded it. It's not going into the housing straight. This other pipe over here, really hard to get a good angle of it. That one just goes straight parallel with the housing, and this one, if you have a look, looks like it's on a bit of an angle. So someone appears to have cross-threaded it. I've just tried to tighten it up with a pipe spanner. They've damaged the hex on it as well. So someone's done a makeshift repair on it. I've tried tightening it up a bit. It is pretty tight. This pipe hasn't loosened or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take off all these little brackets and mounts that are leading to that pipe, just so I can actually pull it out. It does go into the housing a little bit. So we've got a bolt right up here, just on that bracket there. There's one on over here. The bolt's straight down, and there seem to be two over this side. The bolt into the chassis there. They all look like they're 10 mil. The nut on the flare nut on the pipe there, that's 18 mil. Now it's a little bit hard to see, but on the end of that pipe there, there's a tiny little O-ring. So I'm going to take it off. Probably need a little screwdriver just to slide it off. You can just see where that fitting is there. I don't know if you can see that. And on the end of that, there'll be a little O-ring. There we go, there's the O-ring. I don't know if you can see that, but just there you can see that it's been pinched. If you can see that. So that's probably the spot where it's not sealing properly and where it's causing that leak. So there's two ways we can fix this. We can either pull the whole rack out, or what I'm thinking of trying to do is to make up a little bush out of probably Teflon, and instead of having the rubber O-ring, you can see it flat on there as well, different angle, and hopefully that Teflon, which is slightly harder material, will shape to whatever shape is needed. And I'll just slide it over that pipe and then hopefully tighten it up to where it can seal completely all the way around. There we go. Just made this little bush, or bushing, as some people like to call them. And the idea is, you can see it's a little bit wider than the seal or the O-ring, and I'm just going to slide that over that pipe, and then hopefully the idea is as I thread it in, this will take the shape of whatever space is needed to seal it properly. Not much room there, so you just have to remove any pipes or whatever you can to gain better access. It's very hard to see or to film exactly what I'm doing. I'll just try and put it around on the top of the motor there. And you can see where that pipe is. I'm just going to slide that over the top of that pipe there, where the end of my finger is, and then thread it in. It's too difficult to get a tap in there to straighten that thread out, so this is basically what we're going to try. If all this fails, then we've got to pull the whole rack out and do whatever's necessary to fix the leaking problem. There we go, it's all back on. I've just blown it all out, make sure there's no oil there. And now before I do any of the brackets up, any of these brackets up here, I'm just going to put some oil in it and try it. I'm just going to briefly start it up. Check the oil level or fluid level again, just to make sure it's not going to run dry, and then we'll check for any oil leaks. Still plenty there. Keep it running. Foot brake on, handbrake. And that's where it was leaking, where my finger is there. All looks good. Check fluid level, still a little bit over the high mark, but I deliberately left it over full a bit. And now I'll take for a test run and just make sure that under high pressure it doesn't leak. And then we can put all these brackets back on. Now I've just had it for about a 10-15 kilometre test run. And look at that, not a drop on either the top one or the bottom one. Now they've cross-threaded that fitting. They probably didn't take all these brackets off. So it would have been very hard in the confined space to get it back in without cross-threading it. If you're ever replacing a rack like that, because of those oil lines there, they are very difficult to get going. Always best to get it going with your fingers first and then tighten it up. So we're just going to wipe off and blow out all this oil and put the brackets all back on, and job's done. Still got to put these stone guards as well back on, give them a wash, especially the one that was right under it and just behind it, all the oil was going on it. Any of these sort of jobs help you get out of a bit of a pickle, don't forget to buy me a beer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.